Chapter 51 Tavern Trouble. You are listening at novelfold.audio. In a dense forest, trees that can be hugged by 3 people can be seen everywhere. The sun shines through the gaps between the leaves, casting uneven and mottled beams of light. 8 boys and girls shuttled quickly in the forest. I have a big sausage, a man wearing a simple gray shirt, neat short hair, and a pair of big peach blossom eyes. The yellow soul ring around him lit up. Whoosh, the man waved his hand and threw the sausage he made towards the other 7 people, faced with the spells of the 7 monsters and the sausage that made people want to eat. The other 7 people, even the women, did not have any rejection and ate the sausages thrown to them one by one. Oscar's big sausage can restore soul power and physical strength, relieve fatigue and pain, and increase satiety, greatly speeding up the journey of Mukin and others. It is very close to the elite Soul Master competition of the continent, and Mukin still needs to enter the Killing City, which can be said to be a race against time. In order to save time and increase the endurance of the people around him, Zhao Wuji proposed this training for rushing. Such training can also improve the tacit understanding of the Shrek 8 devils. Everyone, work hard. In another hour, we can enter a town. We will stay there tonight and enter the Star Forest tomorrow. Mukin said, when the sun sets and the night begins to cover the earth, the Shrek 8 devils arrive at the town closest to the Star Forest as they wish. The town is close to the Star Forest, with people coming and going, and good business, so the scale of the hotel in the town is not small. Xiao Wu, are you tired? Mukin asked. Not tired. Is this your training for me? Xiao Wu replied. I guess so. Mukin said lightly. Xiao Wu is the incarnation of a 100,000-year soul beast. She only has one charm soul skill, and the other soul skills need to be released close to the body. Mukin has not yet thought about how to train Xiao Wu and make Xiao Wu stronger. Ding dong. Congratulations, you have triggered the E-level hidden mission. You need to stand up for ordinary people and beat up the teachers of Tsanhui College to teach them how to be human beings. Tsanhui College. Mu Chen was stunned and looked at the entrance of the hotel. Sure enough, at the entrance of the hotel, several people in red uniforms walked in. The leader was a middle-aged man with glasses. Go away. Don't block the way. Let's go and sit over there. 8 people from Tsanhui College had just entered the hotel. Whenever they met someone who was in their way, regardless of gender, age or young, they would push them aside. They looked so arrogant that they almost had the word awesome written on their faces. It seemed that they recognized that these people were extraordinary and knew that they were soul masters. Therefore, even if the other party was arrogant, even if the person who was pushed down patted his clothes and did not go up to argue with them, soul masters are not something that ordinary people can afford to offend. Are those guys from Tsanhui College? Ma Hongjun asked. Little Tsanhui Academy, what's the point of showing off? They are all so arrogant. Dai Mubai said indifferently. Faced with the provocation, the leader of Tsanhui Academy whispered to a student beside him. Then, the student nodded, stood up, and walked towards the Shrek 8 devils. Just at this moment, a waiter carrying a plate just came to the table of the Shrek 8 devils. Seeing the turn, the students of Tsanhui Academy took action. Oh no, it was kicking. The student of Tsanhui Academy stretched out his foot and tripped the waiter carrying the plate. The plate left a parabola in the air and fell towards Dai Mubai's head. Whoosh! Tang San held the waiter's hand with one hand to prevent the waiter from falling. At the same time, he was quick-eyed and quick-handed, catching everything that fell from the plate. Huh! That the student of Tsanhui Academy was shocked. With such a fast speed, it was obvious that the other party was a soul master. Whoosh! Failed to find fault, the student of Tsanhui Academy kicked again and kicked the chair where Dai Mubai was sitting. He was very confident that with his soul master's attack power, he could easily kick the chair and make Dai Mubai fall to the ground. Dai Mubai was also quick-witted and took the lead to trip the student of Tsanhui College. Then, he swung out. The latter was knocked flying and landed on the table in front of the teacher in charge of Tsanhui College. The teacher in charge of Tsanhui College was stunned at first. Then, the voice that made him angry rang out. I'm so sorry, I missed it. Dai Mubai said proudly, seeing that the two sides were on the verge of a fight. All the ordinary people in the hotel hid. Faced with the provocation, the teacher in charge of Tsanhui College asked, "Which college are you kids from?" "Shrek College." Xiao Wu replied. "I've never heard of Shrek College." The teacher in charge of Tsanhui College raised his mouth slightly and said, "Just relying on you, you dare to attack the students of my Tsanhui College. Come on. Fighting, I like it." Xiao Wu's mouth was happy and stood up. "Xiao Wu." Mukin called out. "Brother. They are too bullying." Xiao Wu pouted. "You misunderstood. Break your hand bones, don't be polite to them. Let them know the consequences of doing evil." Mukin explained and ordered. "Okay, brother." Dong, dong, dong. After a while, waves of painful wails sounded. The 7 students of Tsanhui Academy were all beaten to a pulp by Xiao Wu, lying on the ground, wailing in pain. The leader of Tsanhui Academy had a gloomy face and clenched his hands. "Xiao Wu, come back." Mukin called out. Whoosh, Xiao Wu turned over and landed steadily in front of Mukin. Mukin smiled slightly, stretched out his hand, and touched Xiao Wu's rabbit ears. "Call out." The leader of Tsanhui College, with a thought, floated 5 soul rings under his feet. The colors were white, yellow, yellow, purple, and purple. At the same time, the green soul power formed a tortoise shell-like armor on his body. Soul King, Dai Mubai, Zhu Zhuqing and others frowned slightly. "What's going on here?" At this time, Zhao Wuji and Yu Xiaojiang came down from upstairs. "Teacher Zhao." Ma Hongjun called. "Are you their teacher?" the leader of Tsanhui College asked. "Yes." Zhao Wuji nodded. "Well, some of you broke my students' hands and feet. I'll give you a chance to break your own hands and feet, and this matter will be settled. It saves me from having to do it. If I do, the consequence is that both hands will be broken." Yi Zhiqiu, the leader of Tsanhui College, said lightly. "What if I don't?" Zhao Wuji said indifferently. "Then fight with me. When I win, I will break their hands as well." Yi Zhiqiu said confidently. He had never heard of Shrek Academy. In his opinion, the teacher of Shrek Academy in front of him was at most a great soul master. "Just because you are an old turtle, you want to fight me. You'd better beat him first." Zhao Wuji said indifferently. He looked at Mukin. "Him?" Yi Zhiqiu looked at Mukin in surprise. Chapter 52 Tenfold Card. You are listening at novelfold.audio. Yi Zhiqiu looked Mukin up and down, unable to sense Mukin's soul power, but Mukin was not very old, only about 12 years old, so his cultivation was probably not that great. Thinking of this, he narrowed his eyes and sneered, "Are you sure?" "Yes, I am sure." Zhao Wuji nodded confidently. "Come on, little guy, fight me. Since you are unwilling to cut off one hand, let me cut off both of your hands." Yi Zhiqiu said coldly. "This." Mukin hesitated, hesitation. In the eyes of the people of Tsanhui Academy, Mukin was afraid. But only the people of Shrek Academy knew that Mukin was disdainful. This teacher called Shrek Academy is actually a coward. Yes, he didn't dare to take action himself, but let his students take action. The other party has 5 soul rings, and the boys' hands are not safe. Faced with Zhao Wuji's words, the guests in the tavern hid in the dark and talked about it, and they all didn't think much of Mukin. "Mu Chen, you can fight. Although the academy cannot order you, you are also half of their teacher. You don't want your students to be bullied by them, right?" Zhao Wuji persuaded emotionally. He really wanted to see if Mukin had any other skills. "Okay." Mukin glanced at Xiao Wu, Dai Mubai and others, and then his eyes fell on Yi Zhiqiu, saying, "Let me fight with you, the old turtle." Old turtle. "You, what did you say?" Hearing Mukin's words, Yi Zhiqiu was furious. "Dragons have reverse scales, and those who touch them will die. If you ask him what Yi Zhiqiu's reverse scale is, it is the word turtle. Please, please, don't fight in the store. Please, go outside, okay? I have old people above me and young children below me, I can't live without this store. The owner of the small hotel begged in the middle of his mouth. Humph. Yi Zhiqiu put away his soul power and martial soul, turned around and said, I'll wait for you outside. No need. Mukin said lightly. Master, please. The owner of the small hotel looked at Mukin pitifully. The battle can be over in 10 seconds, there is no need to go outside. If anything is broken, I will pay for it. Mukin said lightly. Mukin is rich now. With 300,000 gold soul coins, he is considered a small rich man. Not to mention breaking things, he can even buy this town. Are you sure? Yi Zhiqiu's mouth curled up slightly, and he looked at Mukin with mocking eyes. I'm sure. On the contrary, it is Yutsanghue Academy who dare to cause trouble, but have no money to compensate. If you don't have money, don't come out to show off. Mukin said sarcastically, Yi Zhiqiu looked stunned, and then clenched his hands. It is intolerable, but this is absolutely intolerable. The green soul power surged from his body again. A green shell like a turtle shell appeared on his body. Teacher, beat him. Teacher, come on. Teacher, avenge us. On the ground, the students of Tsanghue Academy whose hands and feet were cut off by Xiao Wu cheered for Yi Zhiqiu one by one, soul power plus 560. Due to Yi Zhiqiu's anger, Mukin's soul power was harvested by 560 points. 560 points of soul power is also acceptable for Mukin's current 130,000 soul power required for upgrading. Old turtle, give me a chance, I will give you a chance to choose. Cut off your hands, abandon your cultivation, and no longer become a soul master in the future. If you let me do it, that will be the consequence of having your hands and feet cut off. Mukin said lightly. Good boy, you dare to speak like this in front of me, Yi Zhiqiu. I have decided to cripple your hands and feet. Yi Zhiqiu said coldly. Swoosh. Yi Zhiqiu stepped on his feet and attacked Mukin. The waving fist brought a sharp sound of breaking the wind. Too slow. Mu Chen moved slightly, relying on the power of the 3 Magatama Sharingan, and easily dodged Yi Zhiqiu's attack. Yi Zhiqiu attacked several times, but failed to attack Mu Chen. Instead, he exhausted himself. First soul skilled black turtle possession, second soul skilled black water freezing. Yi Zhiqiu had no choice but to use the second soul skill, and a stream of icy water attacked Mu Chen. Whoosh, relying on the Sharingan, Mu Chen easily dodged Yi Zhiqiu's attack. And, he came close to Yi Zhiqiu. Third soul skilled black water agitation. As the third soul skill around Yi Zhiqiu lit up yellow light, the surrounding cold air fluctuated, and the ground quickly froze. Even Mu Chen, who attacked Yi Zhiqiu, was frozen. Ha ha ha, you arrogant kid, let's see where you can escape now. It's over. Yi Zhiqiu said proudly. Brother. Xiao Wu shouted in a hurry, wanting to intervene in the fight, but was stopped by Zhao Wuji. Don't worry, this kid didn't even use his martial spirit. He can still handle an old turtle. Zhao Wuji said confidently to Mukin. Crack. When Yi Zhiqiu's fist came, the black ice that froze Mukin began to crack. Then it turned into countless fragments and shot out in the surroundings. Escaped. Everyone in the hotel except Shrek Academy exclaimed. A person was frozen all over, but he could still escape. That's right, it's over. Mukin's voice rang in Yi Zhiqiu's ears. Facing the swung fist, Mukin did not dodge this time, but punched it. Xian level advanced fighting skills 8 extreme collapse, boom boom, hearing 2 thunderous sounds, the green-black turtle on Yi Zhiqiu's body shattered inch by inch. The whole person was hit by a violent attack force and flew out from the window sill. Outside the hotel door, there was a sound of something falling to the ground. When everyone came outside the hotel, Yi Zhiqiu stood on the ground with blood bleeding from the corner of his mouth. You win. Yi Zhiqiu said. Of course. The first soul ring is a 10-year soul ring, and it is worthy of fighting me. Mu Chen mocked, approaching Yi Zhiqiu step by step. I admit defeat, let's go. Yi Zhiqiu waved his hand and Wu Yan continued to stay in this hotel. Stop. Mu Chen shouted. What else do you want? Yi Zhiqiu frowned. I said, if I do it, it will be with both hands and feet. Mu Chen said indifferently. You. Yi Zhiqiu shouted in horror. I, Mu Chen, always mean what I say, not just words. Mu Chen said with sharp eyes. After saying this, Mu Chen walked to Yi Zhiqiu's side, and with a thought, he took out a dagger from the storage soul guide. The body moved and appeared next to Yi Zhiqiu like a ghost. One hand grabbed Yi Zhiqiu's hand, and the dagger held in the other hand slashed Yi Zhiqiu's wrist hard. Ah, a scream sounded from Yi Zhiqiu's mouth, damn it. The scene in front of them shocked everyone. Mu Chen actually broke the tendons of Yi Zhiqiu's hands and feet. From then on, Yi Zhiqiu could no longer act tyrannically. Soul power plus 8,000. The bloody, cruel and decisive scene in front of them shocked everyone, including Zhao Wuji, the feudal Ming king who was once the soul master world. Zhao Wuji already felt that he was cruel enough. Today, Zhao Wuji finally knew that compared with Mu Chen, he was completely dwarfed. Yi Zhiqiu, who had broken the tendons of his hands, feet, and hamstrings, was lying on the ground. Now he really became a turtle. Ding dong. Congratulations, you have perfectly completed the E-level hidden mission, fought against injustice for ordinary people, and beat up the teacher of Tsanhui College so that he can no longer be a human being. Gain skill points, 3 points, gained soul power, 14,000 points, gained items, 10 double the card. Ding dong. Congratulations, you have upgraded your soul power. Current level, 39, 400/139000. Tenfold card, a one-time rare prop. You can use it when you want to complete a mission, and you can multiply everything you get from the mission tenfold. Chapter 53, The Power of a Sword, the Sigh of the Ice and Snow Goddess. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Early the next morning, Mu Chen, Zhao Wuji, and the Shrek 7 devils walked into the Star Forest, which is famous in Douluo continent. The Star Do Forest is far from comparable to those forests where countries keep spirit beasts in captivity. Even in the outer areas, you may encounter 1,000-year-old spirit beasts, or even 10,000-year-old spirit beasts at any time. This place is full of dangers, but also full of opportunities, waiting for adventurers to discover. We have entered the forest. Dai Mubai, please clear the way. Ning Rongrong and Oscar, you two are taking the lead. These days, you can be considered successful in your studies. If we are not in danger, the rest of us should not take action. Mu Baichen ordered and suggested. Good. Good. Faced with Mukin's proposal, Ning Rongrong and Oscar did not refuse. On the contrary, they are gearing up and eager to try. Since the two of them obtained Bajibeng from Mukin, they haven't had a chance to try their skills. Dai Mubai, wait, Xiao Wu, who was walking beside Mu Chen, suddenly used the white tiger possession in front of him, and shouted to Dai Mubai, who was leading the way. What's wrong? Dai Mubai asked. Can you please stop walking in this area? Xiao Wu asked. Why? Dai Mubai asked puzzledly. There are a lot of young soul beasts here. What if you hurt them like this? Xiao Wu knelt down and hugged a little rabbit that couldn't escape and was injured by Dai Mubai. This. Dai Mubai was shocked. Xiao Wu actually felt pity for the soul beast. Xiao Wu is right. In order to upgrade, we only hunt and kill soul beasts that are suitable for us. If we continue to hurt the soul beasts willfully, it won't be long before the soul masters will face a situation where they have no rings to use. Mubai, let's go another way. Mu Chen agreed. Okay, boss Mu. Dai Mubai did not refuse. He originally hated Mu Chen because of Zhu Zhuqing's incident. Now that he and Zhu Zhuqing have broken up peacefully, he wants to win over Mukin to help him return to the Star Luo Empire. Continuing forward, Dai Mubai opened the way, followed closely by Ning Rongrong and Oscar. Ma Hongjun, Xiao Wu, Tang San, Zhu Zhuqing, and Mu Chen came second. As for Zhao Wuji, in his words, he would not take action unless he encountered danger. Ding dong. Congratulations, you triggered the E-level hidden mission, fought for Oscar, and defeated Meng Yiran who wanted to snatch the soul ring with the Millennium Kill. Meng Yiran, Mu Chen was stunned, and related storylines emerged in his mind. According to the development of the storyline, a crested snake will appear next. After the Shrek 7 monsters finally killed it, Chao Tianxiang and Meng Yiran appeared. Chao Tianxiang and Meng Yiran discovered the phoenix-tailed coxcomb snake first, and the two sides started fighting for it. For this reason, Tang San fought on behalf of Oscar, defeated Meng Yiran, and finally protected Oscar's third spirit ring. Call out. At this moment, there was a rustling sound all around, and something was approaching rapidly. Be careful, something is approaching quickly. Zhao Wuji reminded. I'll go to the tree pole to see what it is. Zhu Zhuqing said. Before Zhu Zhuqing could move, her hand was already held by Mu Chen. No need, I've seen it clearly. It's a flying crested snake. Mu Chen's eyes turned red and he stared into the distance. In that direction, there was this snake, not high from the ground, about 2 or 3 meters. There is a red crest on its head that looks like a coxcomb, and its tail is fan-shaped. It's the coxcomb snake. The soul beast is good, but I don't know how old it is. Zhao Wuji said happily. The snake is about 6 to 8 meters long, with light red wings. It is between 1,300 and 1,800 years old. Its age and attributes are very suitable for you, Oscar. This is your martial spirit. Mu Chen said happily. Okay. Oscar was also delighted and said, but how should we hunt it? Just leave it to me. Mu Chen said calmly. Are you alone? Oscar asked. Yeah. Mu Chen nodded. Boss Mu, can you do it? The phoenix-tailed crested snake has a single attack method, but its speed is not weak. What is in front of you is a 1,000-year-old spirit beast. Tang San questioned. Men, you have to do it even if you can't. Mu Chen smiled confidently. Boom. 3 soul rings appeared around Mu Chen, the colors of which were purple, and black. Pure white soul power surged from his body, but condensed into a pitch-black sword in his hand. There are 3 yellow, red, and blue treasures on the sword, as well as 6 irregular small black holes. Is this Boss Mu's martial spirit? Oscar asked in surprise. Yes, this is Brother Mukin's martial spirit. Brother Mukin calls it the Chaos Sword. Xiao Wu replied, call out. As Mu Chen thought, the man jumped out, Baji collapsed, Aeolian legs. I in the forest ahead. Mu Chen's voice could be heard, as well as the sounds of attacks. Seeing that it was no match for Mu Chen, the comb on the head of the phoenix-tailed coxcomb snake lit up with a red light, and its speed suddenly accelerated. It was not low in intelligence, its wings vibrated, and it flew towards the sky. It's not that easy to run away. Mu Chen said lightly, the phoenix-tailed coxcomb is very fast, but Mu Chen is even faster. It's flying. That's the attached soul bone. Soul bone. Zhao Wuji, including the Shrek 7 devils, looked at the body rushing into the sky in surprise. Behind him, 8 bone objects that looked like spider legs appeared. That was the attached soul bone, the 8 spider spear, that Mu Chen obtained from completing the mission. The third soul skill, Sigh of the Ice and Snow Goddess, the surging soul power poured from Yukin's body into the Chaos Sword in his hand. The blue gem on the Chaos Sword lit up brilliantly. The surrounding temperature suddenly dropped rapidly, reaching a very scary point. Even tens of meters above the ground, Zhao Wuji could feel the chill from the sky, but no, a thin layer of black ice had already formed on the crown of the big tree relatively close to Mu Chen. Bang! Hearing a loud noise, the phoenix-tailed crested snake tried to escape, but was chopped down by Mu Chen's sword. Impartially, he fell in front of the Shrek 7 devils. Mu Chen fell back and put away his martial spirit. Several leaped up and landed next to the crested snake. He stepped on the crested snake that was motionless and its entire snake body was frozen. The corner of his mouth was slightly raised and he said proudly, "Done." Phew. The battle was over, but the Shrek 7 monsters, including Zhao Wuji, all looked at Mu Chen with dull eyes. Soul power plus 6,660 points. Due to their surprise, Mu Chen gained another 6,660 emotion points. "Oscar, go and get the spirit ring." "Tang San, what's wrong with you?" Zhao Wuji ordered Oscar, while he asked concernedly Tang San, who looked strange next to him. I want to be quiet." Tang San replied. Chapter 54 I want to be quiet. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Daimubai, what about you? Zhao Wuji looked at Daimubai, whose mouth was in an O shape. I want to be quiet too. Daimubai glanced at Tang San. Zhu Zhuqing, what about you? Zhao Wuji looked at Zhu Zhuqing. Let me be quiet. Zhu Zhuqing stared at the frozen phoenix-tailed coxcomb snake on the ground. The gap between her and Mukin was so big. Ning Rongrong, what about you? Zhao Wuji's mouth curled up slightly. I want to be quiet too. Ning Rongrong answered seriously. As a proud daughter of heaven, Ning Rongrong had to admit defeat to Mukin. Ma Hongjun. Zhao Wuji called. Teacher, I suddenly want to be quiet too. Ma Hongjun also answered. It seems that you all want to be quiet like me. Zhao Wuji looked at Mukin with relief. A 1,000-year-old snake was easily defeated by Mukin. Mukin who summoned his martial spirit was more terrifying than Mukin who did not summon his martial spirit. As a soul saint of over 70 levels, Zhao Wuji asked himself, if he fought against Mukin head-on, he would be confident that he could defeat Mukin. However, Mukin's Chaos Sword's third soul skill, the Sigh of the Ice and Snow Goddess, would definitely give him a hard time. Mukin, you are really a monster. Oscar, why are you still standing there? Avoid the long night and dream, do it. Pierce it from its flesh crown, and the soul ring will be yours. Zhao Wuji praised Mukin while urging Oscar to get his third soul ring quickly. Stop, a low and hoarse voice came, and everyone looked in the direction of the sound. From the direction of the sound, an old man and a young man came, both women. The old man looked like he was in his 60s or 70s, with a head full of white hair combing out a lot of true energy. Although he was not young, he was very energetic. His ruddy face was like a newborn baby. There was a gleam in his eyes, and he held a 3-meter-long snake-headed cane in his right hand, with 6 soul rings falling on his head. The soul ring appeared, and the old woman's body did not change at all. Obviously, the snake-headed cane in her hand was her martial soul. The girl who followed the old woman had short hair and looked about 16 or 17 years old. She was wearing a neat outfit, which perfectly showed her well-developed figure. A pair of big dark brown eyes were staring at the phoenix-tailed coxcomb snake under Oscar's feet. In her hand, there was also a snake-headed cane. Compared with the old woman's snake-headed cane, it was shorter, about 2 meters long. The soul rings around her were 2 yellow 100-year soul rings. 6 soul rings. Zhao Wuji showed a contemptuous arc at the corner of his mouth, and with a thought, 7 soul rings fell from his head. The colors were yellow, purple, black, and black. Soul Saint. The old woman was slightly stunned, surprised but not terrified. What's the matter? Zhao Wuji asked indifferently. In the Tiendo forest, in addition to guarding against soul beasts, soul masters also need to be guarded. Sometimes, soul masters even fight for a soul ring. Hello, respected soul saint, you can't give the phoenix-tailed coxcomb snake to this child. You should have heard of my name, old woman Kaoxiangxiang. The old woman introduced herself, Kaoxiangxiang. The martial soul is the snake head scepter. I seem to have heard of this name from somewhere. Could it be that she is one of the peerless dragon snakes? Zhao Wuji was shocked and asked, why, The girl next to the old woman, Meng Yiran, answered first, because we found this snake first. You found it first? How to prove that you found it first? When we found it, we didn't see you. When our boss Mu seriously injured it, you two suddenly appeared and said that you found it first. We can't accept you like this. Oscar said anxiously. Young man, don't be anxious. If you don't believe my granddaughter, you can look at its abdomen. There are 3 scars from being hit by my cane. Chao Tianxiang said. The Shrek 7 devils followed his words and saw 3 new wounds on the abdomen of the phoenix-tail coxcomb snake. My granddaughter has just reached level 30 and needs this soul ring. This is a snake soul beast, and my granddaughter's martial soul is a snake head scepter. It is very suitable to obtain the soul ring of this snake. Chao Tianxiang said lightly. The Shrek 7 devils, including Zhao Wuji, were silent, and for a moment, they didn't know what to say. Is the person here Chao Tianxiang's snake lady? Mukin asked. That's right. My friends in the Soul Master world mistakenly loved me and gave me this title. Chao Tianxiang looked at Mukin, but she didn't expect Mukin to recognize her. Snake woman. She is actually a snake woman. The snake woman among the peerless dragons and snakes. Who is the snake woman? Dragon Lord Meng Shu and snake woman Chao Tianxiang. They are a famous couple in the Soul Master world. Don't underestimate the fact that Snake Woman's cultivation is only at the level of Soul Emperor, but she can communicate with Dragon Lord and form the legendary martial soul fusion technique. Even if it is a title Douluo, it is rumored that the 2 of them can fight. Snake Woman is here, Dragon Lord must be nearby. Facing Snake Woman Chao Tianxiang, the Shrek 7 devils talked about it. Hearing that they could fight with a title Douluo, the Shrek 7 devils looked at the old woman in front of them in surprise. Then my soul ring will fly away. Oscar said. Don't worry, I'm here. Your soul ring can't run away. Mukin said lightly. Chao Tianxiang glanced at Mukin and didn't care about what Mukin said. Stepping forward, he said, May I ask your name? I am Zhao Wuji. Zhao Wuji replied. So it's Zhao Wuji, the famous soul master, the Akala. No wonder I was wondering how I met such a young soul master. Chao Tianxiang answered nonchalantly. I don't deserve it, it's just notorious. Zhao Wuji said lightly. Snake woman, teacher Zhao. It's not a good idea for you to keep talking like this. Senior snake woman, this snake is very suitable for your granddaughter, but it is also suitable for Oscar. You injured her, which is meritorious, we seriously injured it, which is also a contribution. In this regard, I have a solution to the problem. Mukin interrupted. So, you don't want to return this phoenix-tail coxcomb snake to our grandparents? Snake woman said coldly. Snake woman, don't delay time. Long Gong must not be able to get here in a short time. Besides, we are from Shrek Academy, you should have heard of the Golden Iron Triangle, right? Mukin said. Golden Iron Triangle? Snake woman was shocked, and of course she had heard of the reputation of the Golden Iron Triangle. You and Lord Long can fight against title Douluo, and the Golden Iron Triangle can also fight against title Douluo. At this moment, if the 2 sides really fight, you will not get any benefits. Why not listen to my opinion first? Mu Chen said again. What's your opinion? The snake woman looked around. Lord Long was not here, and she really had no way to protect her granddaughter and defeat the people in front of her. Asked, tell me, what is your opinion? Chapter 55, Digging a Hole for Yourself. You are listening at novelfold.audio. Simple, follow the rules of the Soul Master world. Mukin replied. The rules of the Soul Master world. The snake woman was delighted and responded, okay, let's follow the rules of the Soul Master world. The rules of the Soul Master world. Zhao Wuji and the Soul Master world were out of touch, and asked in confusion, what rules? Naturally, let your disciple who needs a soul ring compete with my granddaughter. The loser gives up the soul ring, and the winner gets the soul ring. Afterwards, you must accept the loss and not have any complaints. Before Mukun answered, the snake woman answered Chao Tianxiang first. Meng Yiran has a soul power of level 30, and has been personally guided by the snake woman and Long Gong. In the heart of the snake woman, she has great confidence in her granddaughter. That won't do. Zhao Wuji refused. Zhao Wuji, I have already made concessions, and the conditions were proposed by your people. What else do you want? Do you want to bully my old man because he is not here? The snake woman said coldly. You misunderstood. My student who needs a soul ring is a student of the food department. Zhao Wuji explained. What? Food department? The snake woman frowned and looked at Oscar in surprise. Yes, you can't let a soul master of the food department compete with a soul master of the strong attack department, right? Zhao Wuji said. Teacher Zhao, I can do it. Oscar said anxiously. Shut up. Zhao Wuji glared at Oscar. These days, Oscar has indeed been training under Mukun's training method, and Zhao Wuji has personally taken action to strengthen his body. However, Oscar only obtained Mukun's Baji Bing yesterday. Now he is competing for the phoenix-tail coxcomb snake, a rare 1,000-year-old snake soul beast, and there can be no chaos. Zhao Wuji does not have much confidence in Oscar. Then what do you want? The snake woman asked. How about having one of my students present take action on his behalf? Zhao Wuji suggested. Hearing this, the snake woman's eyes moved in the eyes of the Shrek 8 devils. They were all young, and they were probably at the level of a great soul master at most. Thinking of this, the snake woman nodded and said, Okay, you can send anyone to fight on his behalf and compete with me, Yiran. Okay, it's decided happily. Mukun, you go. Zhao Wuji raised the corner of his mouth and his eyes fell on Mukun. Me? Mukun was surprised. Yes, you came up with the idea. If you don't go, who will? Zhao Wuji said proudly. On the other side, Oscar nodded like a chicken pecking at rice. If Mukun could fight on his behalf, his soul ring would definitely not fly. Okay. Am I digging a hole for myself? Mukun pouted, but he was very proud in his heart. Finally, he can replace Tang San and compete with Meng Yiran. Senior, is this okay? Zhao Wuji asked with pride, but his face was calm. Zhao Wuji is not stupid. If he really waits until the Dragon Lord appears and the Golden Iron Triangle is not here, things will be troublesome. The snake woman looked at her granddaughter Meng Yiran. Meng Yiran looked at Mukun for a while and was moved by the latter's handsome appearance. In addition, he was about the same age as her, and she was confident that she could defeat the peer in front of her. Immediately, Meng Yiran nodded slightly. Okay, it's decided. The snake woman responded. Meng Yiran, Wuhuan Snake Staff, level 32nd Ring Battle Soul Master, please teach me. Meng Yiran introduced herself with a slight smile on her lips. Mu Chen, Wuhuan Chaos Sword, level 39 3rd Ring Battle Soul Master. Much Chen introduced himself. What, level 39? 3 Ring Battle Soul Master. The snake woman and Meng Yiran opened their eyes wide. Mukun seemed to be 1 or 2 years younger than Meng Yiran, but the former's cultivation was 8 levels lower than the latter. This won't work. The snake woman said anxiously. Why is it not working again? Mukun asked. One is a level 32nd Ring Battle Soul Master, and the other is a level 39 3rd Ring Battle Soul Master. This is not fair at all. The snake woman protested. You said that you would randomly choose one person from my students. Old senior, you are highly respected in the Soul Master world, and you can't do anything that will affect your reputation. Zhao Wuji said proudly in his heart. Unfair is unfair. If you want to compete, then send out a second-ring Great Soul Master. The snake woman said coldly. Old senior, do you think it's unfair? Mukun asked. Yes. The snake woman replied. Well, I will make this competition unfair. I won't use my martial soul. As long as your granddaughter can force me to use my martial soul, we will lose this competition. If I can defeat your granddaughter without using my martial soul, we will win. How about it? Mukun suggested. Are you sure? The snake woman asked with a mocking look in her eyes. I'm sure. Mukun replied confidently. The snake woman did not answer immediately, but looked Mukun up and down. The young man in front of him, at such a young age, actually has a soul power of level 39. His future achievements are limitless. Moreover, the young man in front of him has a very confident look in his eyes, as if he has something to rely on. The snake woman is not stupid. If the young man with such abnormal talent is not arrogant, then he must have a trump card to win. The snake woman Chao Tianxiang hesitated. Grandma. Meng Yiran called anxiously. Okay. The snake woman Chao Tianxiang finally compromised, and Meng Yiran's eyes were also full of confidence. She said, we have decided. Yiran, this time we are going to compete, but don't hurt his life. Okay, Grandma. Meng Yiran nodded. Please. Mu Chen's mind moved, and his pupils turned blood red, with 3 magatama of the same size. Swoosh! A ray of light shone from the snake-headed scepter in Meng Yiran's hand. Immediately, the whole person soared into the air, and the snake-headed scepter in his hand fell towards Mu Chen. The action is very big, and the back door is wide open. Is this what your teacher taught you? Mu Chen commented. Disappeared. Meng Yiran was shocked. Mu Chen's voice just sounded, and Meng Yiran's snake-headed scepter fell into the air. Then, a gust of wind came from Meng Yiran's back. Behind? His speed is so fast. Meng Yiran was shocked. This competition ends here. Mu Chen's mouth curled up slightly, and he had to complete another task. Boss Mu, Zhu Zhuqing, Ning Rongrong and Xiao Wu, especially the first two, looked at Mu Chen with strange hand seals in surprise. Zhu Zhuqing and Ning Rongrong moved their hands to their hips subconsciously, and mourned for Meng Yiran in their hearts for a second. Secret technique 1,000 years kill. Ah! Meng Yiran's eyes widened, and a soul-stirring voice came from her mouth. The pain in her hips made her fly up. All this was done in a flash. At the same time, the system's voice sounded in Mukun's mind. Ding dong! Congratulations, you have completed the E-level hidden mission, fought for Oscar, and defeated Meng Yiran who wanted to snatch the soul ring with the 1,000 years kill. Obtained skill points, 1 point, rewarded soul power, 10,000 points, rewarded items, sleeve arrows, 10, obtained combat skills, fire style, great fireball technique. Chapter 56 Meng Yiran, I will remember you. You are listening at novelfold.audio. The system has noticed that the host has a tenfold card. Should he use the tenfold card to increase the reward of this mission 10 times? The system asked. No need. Mu Chen replied, the few skill points gained in this mission are considerable, but 10,000 soul power is really not much. As for the 10 sleeve arrows, they were enough for Mu Chen and his companions. Money needs to be spent wisely. When he gets considerable rewards, using the 10x multiplier card will make Mu Chen's rewards even more generous. You actually. Meng Yiran touched her hot buttocks with one hand, and pointed the other hand at Mu Chen angrily. This game is over. The outcome has been decided, and you lose. The corners of Mu Chen's mouth curled up proudly. Damn it! I'm going to kill you. Meng Yiran was angry, the snake-headed scepter in his hand glowing with light. Meng Yiran has never been bullied like this since he was a child. It wasn't that I was kissed, or that my breasts were attacked. Instead, he was, fucked in the anus. Call out. With a wave of Meng Yiran's jade hand, a snake spear formed by condensed energy attacked Mu Chen. The first soul skill, snake spear. Sharingan Mu Chen moved slightly to the side, and the snake spear passed by his chest. Looking at the angry Meng Yiran, he asked, are you sure you want to continue? Meng remained silent, and the snake spear glowed with stronger light. Soul power surged, and 9 snake spears appeared in front of him at once. Call out, with a wave of Meng Yiran's hand, the snake spear in front of him shot towards Mu Chen. Be careful. Xiao Wu shouted urgently. Although Xiao Wu knew that Mu Chen had extraordinary fighting prowess, she still worried about Mu Chen's safety when she saw so many snake spears attacking Mu Chen. There was no dissatisfaction with Mu Chen in his heart just because Mu Chen had used thousand-year kill on Meng Yiran just now. Facing the incoming snake spear, Mu Chen raised the corner of his mouth slightly. The wind was blowing under my feet, and the speed was extremely fast. Secretly, he used the first style of Fengshen's legs, catching wind and shadow. And with the help of the Sharingan's insight, Meng Yiran's snake spear couldn't catch up with Mu Chen at all. Wherever Mu Chen arrived, the snake spear also arrived, chasing after him closely. This is the second time, you still don't have a long memory. Mu Chen's voice came from behind Meng Yiran's buttocks. Mu Chen, who was walking in a roundabout way, had already wandered behind Meng Yiran. Mu Chen's hands once again formed a strange handprint, and he squatted behind Meng Yiran. Not good. Meng Yiran's eyes widened. Before she had time to withdraw, the snake spear that followed Mu Chen and attacked her. Her hips gave way again. Secret skill, thousand-year kill. Ah! An ecstatic voice sounded again from Meng Yiran's mouth. Shameless. Meng Yiran gritted his teeth angrily, and the second soul ring around him lit up. Second soul skill, snake body. A ray of light appeared on Meng Yiran's body, and then he became weak and boneless, like a snake lying on the ground. Swinging his body, he cruised towards Mu Chen. Meng Yiran's second soul skill not only shrinks his bones, making him soft and boneless, but also greatly increases his movement speed. Meng Yiran, who used his second soul skill, suddenly increased his speed, brandished the spear in his hand, and attacked Mu Chen. Boom! Mu Chen tiptoed a little, and he just jumped onto the tree pole. Meng Yiran's body was like a snake, clinging to the big tree pole, swimming up, and following closely. Boom! Muken's figure fell towards the ground. Where are the people? Meng Yiran was wrapped around the tree pole, looking down below, but did not find Mu Chen's figure. You girl, don't you always learn lessons? The empty door behind you opened again. A joking and proud voice sounded behind Meng Yiran. In the back, Meng Yiran was shocked. She couldn't understand why Mu Chen appeared behind her after he had just jumped from the tree pole. Meng Yiran can no longer control so much. Because she already felt that behind her, Muken was staring at her buttocks. Call out. Meng Yiran waved his hand and swept the snake staff towards Muken. Before the snake staff hit Mu Chen, her buttocks felt a spicy sensation again. Secret skill, thousand-year kill. Ah! Meng Yiran screamed and fell down from the tree branch. The snake woman's sharp eyes and quick hands prevented her from getting hurt. Do you want to continue? Mu Chen chuckled and jumped down from the tree branch. You, shameless! Meng Yiran shouted angrily. He stomped his feet angrily, tears falling from his eyes unsatisfactorily. You're looking for death. The snake woman was angry. She was really angry when she saw her granddaughter being bullied like this. The snake-headed scepter in his hand attacked Mu Chen. Boom! Before Mu Chen could react, Zhao Wuji stood in front of him with lightning speed and took the snake woman's attack. Senior, your granddaughter lost this competition. Zhao Wuji said. Even if we lose, it's just that he is too bullying. Get out of my way. I will teach him a lesson today. Snake woman said with sharp eyes. Senior, he is already very kind. If he uses other self-created soul skills, your granddaughter will be seriously injured even if she doesn't die. Zhao Wuji said. Self-created soul skills. Does the method of a gangster like him deserve to be called self-created soul skills? Snake woman said in a contemptuous tone. I admit that his soul skills are a bit rogue, not very lethal and very insulting. Do you want him to use those powerful self-created soul skills to fight against your granddaughter? Zhao Wuji asked. Humph. The snake woman snorted, sneering at Zhao Wuji's words. In her opinion, how old is Muken, and he can still create his own soul skills? The snake woman doesn't believe it. Mukin, show me your self-created soul skills. Zhao Wuji said. No need, teacher Zhao. Mukin said lightly. Show me one. Otherwise, you come to face this senior. Zhao Wuji said. Okay. Then I'll show me one. Mukin walked to the side of a tree that three people hugged, drove the soul power, and smashed the tree with his fist. Xian level advanced fighting skills 8 extreme collapse, boom boom, the tree that three people hugged was broken by Mukin with one punch. This. The snake woman put away her soul power with a look of shock, and stared at the scene in front of her blankly. She murmured, is this still a human? Soul power plus 999. Due to the shock of the snake woman, Mukin gained 999 points of soul power at once. Ding dong. Congratulations, your soul power is fully accumulated and upgraded, current level, level 40, 0/145000. Of course this is not a human, this should be called a monster. Mukin said proudly. Monster? The snake woman murmured to herself. Yes, every student in our Shrek Academy is a little monster. Mukin replied proudly, ah. The snake woman was speechless, staring at Mukin. At such a young age, without using his martial soul, he has such a powerful self-created soul skill. The snake woman asked herself, if Mukin used this trick on her granddaughter Meng Yiran would indeed be seriously injured if not dead. You won, the phoenix tail coxcomb snake belongs to you. Yiran, let's go. The snake woman said. Meng Yiran did not follow immediately, but stared at Mukin, covering her buttocks with both hands. In the hot feeling, there was actually a little sour and spicy feeling. This made Meng Yiran's mind refreshed. But, today, she was humiliated by someone like this. Meng Yiran secretly vowed to defeat Mukin. He asked, what did you say your name was? Mukin, Mu for bathing, Chen for time. Mukin replied. Mukin, Meng Yiran murmured, repeating, one day, I will defeat you and avenge this shame. Chapter 57, Put on a good show. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Okay, I'll give you a chance. Join Shrek Academy. Mukin invited with a smile. What? Join Shrek Academy? Meng Yiran raised her eyebrows slightly. Yes. My Shrek Academy is committed to cultivating monsters as a teaching goal. Now every student in the academy will be a future titled Douluo who dominates the continent. Join Shrek Academy, and you will have a chance to defeat me. Mukin said. Future titled Douluo? Are you kidding? Meng Yiran asked sarcastically. Whether I'm kidding or not, you can tell by looking at their current realm. Everyone, introduce yourselves. Mukin said lightly. My name is Dai Mubai, I'm 15 years old this year, my martial soul is the evil-eyed white tiger, and I'm a level 38 three-ring war soul master. My name is Oscar, I'm 14 years old this year, my martial soul is sausage, and I'm a level 32-ring weapon soul master. My name is Ma Hongjun, I'm 13 years old this year, my martial soul is the evil fire phoenix, and I'm a level 28 two-ring war soul master. My name is Zhu Zhuqing, I'm 12 years old this year, my martial soul is the netherworld spirit cat, and I'm a level 28 two-ring war soul master. My name is Tang San, I'm 12 years old this year, my martial soul is the blue silver grass, and I'm a level 32-ring war soul master. My name is Xiao Wu, I'm also 12 years old this year, my martial soul is the rabbit, and I'm a level 32-ring war soul master. My name is Ning Rongrong, I'm 12 years old this year, my martial soul is the seven treasures glazed tower, and I'm a level 27 two-ring weapon soul master. Dai Mubai, Oscar, Ma Hongjun, Zhu Zhuqing, Tang San, Xiao Wu and Ning Rongrong, while introducing themselves, each released their martial souls to verify the authenticity. Evil white tiger, sausage, evil fire phoenix, nether spirit cat, seven treasure glazed tower. That the snake lady frowned slightly, looking at the seven boys and girls in front of her in surprise. As a famous snake lady among the peerless dragons and snakes in the Soul Master world, she knew the origins of 4 of the martial spirits. The backgrounds of those 4 boys and girls were even more terrifying than her family. In addition, as a food-type martial spirit, the importance of sausage to Soul Masters is self-evident. In addition, the Phoenix is known as the top beast martial spirit. The most terrible thing is that these children in front of them are still so talented. Tang San, Xiao Wu, your soul power has reached level 30. Zhao Wuji said happily. Yes, Teacher Zhao. Xiao Wu replied, with a hint of sadness in her eyes. In Xiao Wu's heart, she was thinking about how she should temporarily leave the team and go to meditate to obtain the 3rd soul ring. Yes, just now when I was on the road, I broke through to level 30 while walking. Tang San replied with a proud look. You are so lucky, kid. Zhao Wuji patted Tang San's shoulder. As for me, there is no need to introduce myself. 12 years old, Martial Soul Chaos Sword, 3-ring 40 level Fighting Soul Master. Mukin introduced himself proudly. 12 years old. 40 level Fighting Soul Master. 40 level. 40 level. 40 level. Mukin, you leveled up again? Zhao Wuji asked unexpectedly. Yes, just now when I was fighting with Meng Yiran, I suddenly leveled up. I didn't expect that there would be such benefits to sparring with her. Mukin smiled and looked at Meng Yiran. The latter looked shocked, and then thought of what happened just now, and her ears were red. Good boy, you are worthy of being the most perverted little monster in my Shrek Academy. Zhao Wuji gently patted Mukin's shoulder, looked at the dazed Tang San, and asked, Tang San, what's wrong with you? I want to be quiet. Tang San replied. Tang San had just leveled up, and thought he had gotten closer to Mukin. He was a strong man, but he didn't expect Mukin to level up as well. Moreover, Mukin even imitated his tone of voice. This caused Tang San to suffer 10,000 points of critical damage, soul power plus 2369. Due to the shock of the people around him, Mukin gained another 2,369 points of soul power. Meng Yiran, you are pretty. Would you like to consider entering our academy? Beauty and monsters are a good match. Mukin invited again. Thank you for your kindness. Iran has our own academy. We have remembered what happened today. Akala, Mukin, we will meet again. Iran, let's go. The snake woman called out. After the snake woman left, Zhao Wuji urged, Oscar, go kill the phoenix-tailed coxcomb snake and get your soul ring. Others should be on alert around the realm. Hearing this, Zhao Wuji, including Mukin, the Shrek 7 devils, stood on their own sides and looked around vigilantly. Brother Mukin, are you attracted to that Meng Yiran? Xiao Wu asked quietly beside Mukin. I guess so. Are you angry? Mukin asked with concern. No, for us rabbits, male rabbits will not mate with only one female rabbit in their lifetime. Xiao Wu said lightly. Ah. Mukin looked stunned. You, don't think wrongly, I haven't mated with anyone yet. Xiao Wu explained anxiously. As soon as she said this, she regretted it to death. Her face was red. Silly, how could I think wrongly? My Xiao Wu is the purest. But Xiao Wu, your soul power has reached level 30 now. We need to think carefully about how to let you leave temporarily and get the 3rd soul ring. Mukin whispered, reaching out to touch Xiao Wu's 2 rabbit ears. I have to say that Xiao Wu's rabbit ears feel very good. Yeah. Xiao Wu nodded. Xiao Wu is the incarnation of a 100,000-year-old soul beast. There is no need to obtain soul rings by hunting soul beasts. All she needs to do is give Xiao Wu time to meditate. Now Xiao Wu is in the team again. If she openly meditates to obtain a soul ring, she will inevitably expose her identity as a soul beast. Therefore, we have to think of a way. Let Mukin and Xiao Wu temporarily leave the team. Let Mukin protect Xiao Wu so that Xiao Wu can meditate to obtain the 3rd soul ring. Huh. Xiao Wu's eyes suddenly looked in one direction. What's wrong? Mukun used his Sharingan to look in the direction Mukun was looking at. But in that direction, he could not see anything unusual. I feel a familiar breath, it seems to be Ming's breath. Xiao Wu replied. Ming. Titan giant ape. Mukun was surprised. The reason for being surprised was that Xiao Wu could still sense the other party's breath from such a distance. Yes, Ming and I have lived for a long time. As soul beasts with a lifespan of 100,000 years, both parties are very familiar with each other's breath. Don't think wrongly, it's the kind of friendship. Xiao Wu thought of something, and explained anxiously, as if she was afraid that Mukun would misunderstand. Maybe Mukun didn't know that since Mukun saved Xiao Wu's heart has been branded with Mukun's shadow. After the continuous contact, Xiao Wu's feelings became more and more intense. I got it, I got a solution. Mukun said happily. What solution? Xiao Wu asked. When Ming comes, he will fight with Xiao Wuji because of you. With Xiao Wuji's ability, he will definitely not be able to match Ming. At that time, you will deliberately let Ming catch you, and then I will save you. Let's put on a good show. Mukun replied with a smile. Chapter 58 The Power of a Kiss. You are listening at novelfold.audio. Deliberately let Ming catch you? Xiao Wu asked in shock. Well, yes. Mu Chen nodded. Isn't this lying to them? Xiao Wu turned her head and looked at the others. In Xiao Wu's heart, she already regarded Tang San, Dai Mubai and others as friends. This is not cheating, this is an expedient measure. The relationship between us and them is not deep enough now, and 100,000-year soul ring has a terrifying temptation for soul masters. If they know your true identity, just it will put you in danger. Even if they know it, they will understand it in the future. Mu Chen said with a soft smile. Yeah. Xiao Wu nodded. Follow me. Xiao Wu looked at the direction Meng Yiran left and said with a sudden blush. What? Mu Chen asked curiously. You'll know when you come. Xiao Wu lowered his head and his face turned red. Walking towards the lush forest on one side, seeing this, Mu Chen had no choice but to follow. Brother, close your eyes. Xiao Wu said. What? Mu Chen asked curiously. Close your eyes. I have a gift for you. Xiao Wu said shyly. So mysterious. Mu Chen said with a smile. Yeah. Xiao Wu nodded. Okay. Mu Chen closed his eyes obediently. The next second, a soft touch came from Mu Chen's lips. Surprised, he just opened his eyes and saw Xiao Wu's face very close to hers. Xiao Wu actually kissed him secretly. Ding dong. Congratulations, you received a loving kiss from Xiao Wu and gained soul power, 100,000 points. Name, Mukun, age, 12 years old, level 40, 100000/145000, martial spirit, chaos sword, soul ring, purple, black, soul skills, the melody of the earth's awakening, the roar of the fire, the sigh of the ice and snow goddess, skill points, 10 points. Supernatural power, 3 Magatama Sharingan, self-created soul skills, Baji Bang, second level of dark strength, millennium kill, blowing fire palm, beginner, sucking palm, beginner, function kick, first style, catching wind and shadow, sky frost fist, fire escape fireball technique items, 9 detonating charms, sleeve arrows, 10, soul bone, the attached soul bone is the 8 spider spear, money, 301,000 gold soul coins. Xiao Wu. Mu Chen called flattered. I just want to tell you that I have you in my heart. From now on, as long as the girl you kiss is a serious girl, I won't mind. Xiao Wu lowered his head, too shy to look at Mu Chen. Then, he ran towards Oscar and others. Xiao Wu. Mu Chen looked at Xiao Wu's retreating back and stood there in a daze. I sighed secretly in my heart, what more can a husband ask for when he has such a wife? Xiao Wu actually didn't mind that Mu Chen had another girl. Mu Chen could also understand Xiao Wu's conditions. As a 100,000-year-old soul beast, Xiao Wu also possesses her own pride. If the woman Mu Chen was being intimate with was not a serious girl, it would only make Xiao Wu feel like she was losing her status. Ding dong. Congratulations, you completed the mission and helped Oscar obtain the third soul ring. Reward skill point, 1 point, reward soul power, 30,000 points, reward item, Iron Lotus. Iron Lotus, it comes from the Three Kingdoms war plane and is a kind of hidden weapon. The shape is like a flower bud, which can bloom into a lotus when hit by the ground. At the same time, the arrows inside will be shot around. Ding dong. The system senses that the host has a 10x mission doubling card. Do you want to use the 10x mission doubling card to multiply the rewards for this mission tenfold? Don't use it. Mu Chen responded, the reward for completing this mission was not enough to make Mu Chen's heart flutter. Muken responded to the system without hesitation. By the time Muken returned to the team, Oscar had already absorbed the soul ring. You brat, tell me what your new soul skill is. Ma Hongjun asked anxiously. From the words, it can be seen that Ma Hongjuan's impatient character has changed a lot after these days of practice. Oscar glanced at Mu Chen with a proud look in his eyes. It was Mu Chen who was always showing off, so when he finally got this opportunity, he naturally had to show off. Forget it, let's talk about it after we go back. Oscar said deliberately to whet his appetite. Speak quickly, don't show off. Do you think you are Boss Mu? Be careful if you show off and get struck by lightning. Ma Hongjun urged. You brat, tell me quickly. Stop showing off. Dai Mubai also urged. As promised, you are not allowed to laugh at me, Oscar said. If we don't laugh at you, we won't laugh at you. Even if your sausage turns into a smelly sausage, we won't laugh at you. Dai Mubai said. Get out of the way and let me show you a demonstration. Oscar proudly brushed his bangs on his forehead and said with a thought, I have a mushroom sausage, soul power condensed, and a large yellow sausage appeared in Oscar's hand. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Your spell, and the color of your sausage. Ha ha ha, it's so funny, that not only Dai Mubai and Ma Hongjun, but also the always aloof Zhu Zhuqing were covering their mouths and snickering. Why are you laughing? Don't be shocked when you see the effect of the sausage. Oscar said confidently, then opened his mouth and swallowed the sausage. Call out that an incredible scene occurred. Behind Oscar's back, a pair of wings as thin as cicadas' wings grew. The color of the wings is beautiful, with a light green light. It has 6 wings in total and is more beautiful than a butterfly. With wings, Oscar seems to have transformed into an elf in the forest. Wing. Flight. Sausage gives people the ability to fly. Ning Rongrong, Zhu Zhuqing, Oscar, Xiao Wu and others looked at the scene in front of them in surprise. Flying is such a tempting word for people. Being able to soar in the sky like a bird, just thinking about it can make people feel excited. Yes, my third soul skill can give the soul master the ability to fly. The time is 1 minute. Oscar said. What, it's only 1 minute, as short as your sausage. Ma Hongjun joked. Fat man, what are you talking about? Whose is shorter? It's not like we haven't competed before. We are both the same length. Oscar retorted. Pay attention to the occasion. Mu Chen reminded. Yes, Boss Mu. Oscar glanced at Xiao Wu, Zhu Zhuqing, and Ning Rongrong. The latter three seemed to understand what he and Ma Hongjun said, and their cheeks turned red. Then he added, although the flight time is 1 minute, the flight distance can reach more than 2,000 meters. In other words, it can fly at a speed of more than 30 meters per second. Flying at a speed of more than 30 meters per second. Well, it's pretty good. Zhao Wuji's lips curled up slightly, feeling quite satisfied with Oscar's third soul ring. Noticing Xiao Wu's look, he asked curiously, Hey, Xiao Wu, why is your face so red? Are you sick? I'm not sick. Xiao Wu, who had done something bad, looked even redder on her face. As long as you're not sick. Well, our original plan was just to get the soul ring for Oscar. Now Xiao Wu, Tang San and Mu Chen have reached level 30 and level 40 respectively. Now that they are here, then by the way, I'll get soul rings for the three of them, Zhao Wuji said. There was no objection to this proposal. The Shrek Academy team continued to advance outside the Star Do Forest. Everyone, please be careful. This is the Star Forest. You may encounter danger at any time. You must be more vigilant. Zhao Wuji reminded him more than once along the way. This team was led by Mukan Xianshan instead. Boom.as they walked forward, the ground beneath Mu Chen and others shook. Along the way, I encountered no 1,000-year-old soul beasts, and even very few 100-year-old soul beasts. It was as if they were all hiding. Mukan knew that it was time to perform. Chapter 59 Acting. You are listening at novelfold.audio. Swoosh, after a while, the leaves around trembled. Prepare for battle. Zhao Wuji shouted urgently. Teacher Zhao, what's wrong? Dai Mubai looked at Zhao Wuji, who had summoned his martial spirit, puzzled. You are ready to escape. Oscar, be ready with your third soul skill that can fly. No matter what happens, run away with all your strength, escape from the forest. Zhao Wuji's expression became extremely solemn. Escape? Dai Mubai was surprised. He had never seen Zhao Wuji look so frightened. Yes, I sensed a soul beast with a very strong breath, approaching here. Its breath revealed that it is at least 80,000 years old, or even 100,000 years old. Zhao Wuji said solemnly. 100,000 years. 100,000 years. 100,000 years. Dai Mubai and others were shocked. Dai Mubai immediately questioned, Teacher Zhao, this is just the outskirts of the Xingdou Great Forest. How can there be a soul beast that is 100,000 years old? I don't know about this either. Maybe it came out to stretch its muscles, or there is something in the outskirts that attracted it. Zhao Wuji speculated, and then said, Mu Chen, protect everyone. Okay, Teacher Zhao. Mukan said lightly, the Shrek 8 monsters, plus Zhao Wuji. Except for Xiao Wu and Mukan, whose expressions were pretended, the expressions of others were from the heart. Xiao Wu and Mukan looked at each other, and there was a hidden tacit communication in their eyes. Xiao Wu and Mukan both knew that it was time to perform. As time went by, the soul beasts of all sizes around, regardless of age or species, all fled under the feet of Mukan and others. After a while, even the trees around Mukan and others began to sway. Even as plants, they seemed to be extremely afraid of what was coming. Boom. A figure descended from the sky, like a giant mountain, and landed on the ground, causing the ground to vibrate violently. Ah! This. How could it be it? Except for Mukan and Xiaowu, all the Shrek 8 devils looked terrified, and even Zhao Wuji's legs couldn't help but tremble a few times. At the same time, there was an unpleasant smell of urine, which filled the surroundings. Some people were so scared that they wet their pants. What is this? Oscar asked. The king of the forest, the Titan ape. Zhao Wuji answered in a deep voice. Titan ape. Oscar repeated with palpitations. Oscar didn't know how powerful the Titan ape was in front of him. Just from its ape palm as big as a person, it can be seen that its fighting power must be very terrifying. Ming. Xiao Wu's mind moved, and she took a step forward, but was stopped by Mukan. Mukan shook his head slightly, indicating that Xiao Wu should not be impulsive, and it was not a good time to recognize Ming, the king of the forest, Titan ape, the overlord of the soul master world, the soul beast standing at the top of the pyramid. It has wisdom no less than that of humans. Whether it is attack, speed, or defense, there is almost no flaw. Even if it is 100-year level, it can compete with other 10,000-year level soul beasts. The most terrifying thing is that they can also perform skills similar to soul skills. This terrifying soul beast should exist in the core of the Star Do Great Forest. How come it appears here? Is it really just out to stretch his muscles? Zhao Wuji couldn't help thinking so in his heart. Titan Ape did not move, but looked at the people in front of him. He didn't dare to act casually because he was afraid that these people were Xiao Wu's friends. If Xiao Wu's friends were hurt, Xiao Wu would be unhappy. Zhao Wuji looked calm on his face, but he was actually very panicked in his heart. His martial soul is the powerful King Kong bear, which has a suppressing effect on his martial soul in front of the Titan Ape. Zhao Wuji stepped forward and clasped his fists, saying, "Respected King of the Forest, we have no intention of offending you. If this is your territory, we will ask him to leave immediately." In Zhao Wuji's opinion, the Titan Ape is quite intelligent and should understand human words. Xiao Wu. Mukin glanced at Xiao Wu beside him. Yeah. Xiao Wu nodded, winked at the Titan Ape gently, and then glanced at Zhao Wuji again. The Titan Ape understood, and like a King Kong, he beat his chest demonstratively with his hands. The powerful sound waves formed a strong wind, blowing Dai Mubai and others to stand in place with difficulty. Mu Chen, take everyone away. Increase gravity. Zhao Wuji said in a deep voice. In order to buy time for Mukin and others to leave, Zhao Wuji used the third soul skill that restricted the other party's actions. Mu Bai, Xiao San, take everyone away first. Mukin called out urgently. No, I won't leave. I am part of everyone and I want to help them. You go first. Ning Rongrong put her hands together, and colorful light bloomed on her body. The 7 treasures are famous. 1 is strength. The 700 are famous. The second is speed. The amplitude of Ning Rongrong's 7 treasures glazed tower can ignore the soul power foundation. Mu Chen's soul power is level 40, which increases his strength and speed by 30%. Zhao Wuji's level 76 is the same. With the assistance of Ning Rongrong, Zhao Wuji's combat power can fight against soul fighters of more than level 80, however, this is still no match for the Titan Giant Ape. Bang, Zhao Wuji flew into the air and smashed into the Titan Giant Ape. The Titan Giant Ape waved his hand and blew Zhao Wuji away. The third soul skill, the Sigh of the Ice and Snow Goddess. At the same time, Mukin also used his third soul skill. The sword in his hand slashed at the Titan Ape in front of him. The cold breath poured down, freezing the Titan Ape's body like a mountain. Frozen, Zhao Wuji and others were stunned, and before they could breathe a sigh of relief. The Titan Ape just shook lightly, and the surrounding black ice broke inch by inch. Roar! The Titan Ape was angry, and a terrifying breath burst out from his body. The shock wave formed, and Mukin flew away. Brother, Xiao Wu was anxious, and the whole person ejected, trying to catch Mukin who was falling to the ground. The Titan Ape obviously misunderstood Xiao Wu's meaning, and stretched out his hand to catch Xiao Wu who wanted to catch Mukin. The first soul skill entanglement. Seeing Xiao Wu being caught, Tang San activated the first soul skill, and countless vines of blue-silver grass entangled the Titan Ape. Roar. The Titan Ape was angry, and with a great effort, the vines that were wrapped around it all snapped and broke. Boom! After catching Xiao Wu's lips moved noticeably. The Titan Ape took off and left the place. Xiao Wu. Mukin roared. Mukin knew that he should make this acting more realistic. He ran out of control, like a madman, in the direction where the Titan Ape escaped. Chapter 60 Seeking Death Makes You Stronger. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Mu Chen, come back. Boss Mu. Boss Mu. Zhao Wuji, Ning Rongrong, Oscar, Ma Hongjun, Zhu Zhuqing, Dai Mubai, and Tang San looked at Mu Chen with emotion. They all secretly said that Mu Chen was loyal and righteous. However, they didn't know that this was just acting. Quick, catch up. Zhao Wuji shouted urgently. About half an hour later, Mu Chen, who used the wind god leg, finally caught up with the Titan Ape. Facing Mu Chen's approach, the Titan Ape bared its teeth and issued a warning to Mu Chen. Next to the Titan Ape, Xiao Wu was meditating to obtain its third soul ring according to the previous plan. Brother, after a while, Xiao Wu woke up from meditation. He ran lightly and walked to Mu Chen's side. Xiao Wu. Mu Chen touched Xiao Wu's forehead. On the side, the Titan ape looked at his sweetheart, and felt very uncomfortable being touched so intimately by a human. Soul power plus 35,000. Hey, I actually got 35,000 soul power points. Mukin was extremely shocked, looking at the Titan ape in front of him. Due to the jealousy of the Titan ape, it actually contributed 35,000 emotional points to Mukin. Damn. Mukin's mouth curled up, thinking that the other party was worthy of being the king of the forest. Just out of jealousy, he generated 35,000 emotional points. Ding dong. Congratulations, soul power is full and upgraded. Current level, 41, 20,000/149000. There is still 147,000 soul power points away from the upgrade. Mukin's mouth curled up, and an idea came to his mind. Looking at Xiaowu, he asked, Xiaowu, did you get the third soul ring? Yes. Xiaowu nodded. What is your third soul skill? Mukin asked knowingly. My third soul skill is teleportation, which can instantly move a distance of 5 meters. Xiaowu smiled proudly. Teleportation, not bad. Mukin nodded and said, this is the king of the forest, Titan ape, right? Well, I call him Erming. Erming, this is my brother, his name is Mukin. Next time we meet, you have to look carefully at the surrounding situation, understand? Xiaowu scolded. Erming nodded. Erming, you call Xiaowu's sister, so logically, you should call me brother-in-law. Be good, call me brother-in-law and listen. Mukin smiled. Erming exhaled with anger. Soul power plus 40,000 points. Due to Erming's emotional fluctuations, the system harvested another 40,000 points of emotional value for Mukin. Erming, seeing that your dream lover has become my woman, how do you feel about this? Mukin asked desperately. Roar. Erming stared at Mukin and roared at him angrily. Soul power plus 300,000 points. The angry Erming made Mukin harvest another 300,000 points of soul power. The other party is worthy of being the king of the forest, with a lifespan of 100,000 years, and is said to be a terrifying existence that even title Douluo cannot match. The emotional value generated is far beyond the level that Zhao Wuji and others can compare with. Ding dong. Congratulations, your soul power is fully accumulated and upgraded, and you have upgraded 2 levels in a row. Current level, level 43, 0/170000. Brother, don't tease Erming anymore. Xiaowu glared at Mukin, then walked to Erming's side, reached out and touched Erming's nose, and said, Erming, brother is joking with you, don't be angry. Go back, I still need to experience in the human world. When there is a chance, I will go to see you in daming with my brother. Erming nodded. Xiaowu, we should go back too. Mukin said. Yeah. Xiaowu nodded. The two had not walked a few hundred meters when a huge monster jumped down from the tree trunk. Be careful. Mukin reached out and held Xiaowu's waist, and moved with Xiaowu. Third soul skill, teleportation. In a hurry, Xiaowu used her third soul skill, and teleported Mu Chen who was holding her 5 meters. It's the human-faced demon spider. Xiaowu said. Leave it to me. Mu Chen said confidently. Soul power surged on his body, and the chaos sword appeared in his hand. Third soul skill, roar of flame. A 100-meter-long flaming sword fell from the sky. He chopped it down fiercely. Mu Chen, but when Zhao Wuji and others arrived, a giant spider was cut down by Mu Chen's sword. The main body of the giant spider is more than 1.5 meters in diameter. The 8 spear-like long legs are more than 3 meters long. The whole body is black. Shiny. The front end of the long legs is slender, and every step forward silently pierces the ground, showing its sharpness. On the lower abdomen of the spider, there are some white ground lines, which form a sharp contrast with his black body. However, these white lines formed a ferocious human face, with 8 small eyes flashing with faint purple light close to its lower abdomen. Human-faced demon spider, Boss Mu's strength is so terrifying. Tang San said in surprise. As a disciple of the master, Tang San knew that the human-faced demon spider had a solid shell, extremely fast speed, and 8 long legs with extremely strong penetration and poison. 100-year-old soul beast can fight with ordinary 1,000-year-old soul beasts. The human-faced demon spider in front of him was obviously more than 1,000 years old, and its combat power could even fight with soul beasts of 10,000 years. However, at this time, the human-faced demon spider had been stepped on by Mu Chen. "Xiao Wu, you are not dead," Oscar said in surprise. "Why, do you want me to die?" Xiao Wu said angrily. "Hee, it's good that you're not dead, it's good that you're not dead. But what's going on? Where's the Titan ape?" Oscar asked curiously. "The Titan ape grabbed me and headed towards the core area of the forest. Then there was a roar of a bull. When I woke up, I found that the Titan ape had disappeared. Moreover, some 1,000-year-old soul beasts were stunned beside me. So I killed one of them and got its soul ring. Then, I met Brother Mukin." Xiao Wu said a set of lines that Mukin had prepared for her in advance. "Bull roar. What kind of bull is it that can fight the Titan ape?" Zhao Wuji asked in confusion. "I don't know. I was stunned by the roar at that time and didn't see what kind of bull it was." Xiao Wu replied. "It's good to be alive." Zhao Wuji didn't think much and asked, "But what's the matter with this human-faced demon spider?" "On the way back with Brother Mukin, we encountered a sneak attack by this human-faced demon spider. Brother attacked it and seriously injured it." Xiao Wu replied. "Yes, that's what happened. Xiao San, choose this for your 3rd soul ring." Mu Chen said with a smile. "It?" Tang San frowned and said, "Boss Mu, its diameter is more than 2 meters, and it has reached 2,000 years. According to the competition theory of the 10 mimicry of martial spirits given to me by my teacher, the absorption period of the 3rd soul ring of a soul master is less than 1,760 years. It exceeds this range. This is indeed the case for ordinary people. But you are a monster. In my opinion, your physical strength can fully withstand the soul ring of this human-faced demon spider. It depends on whether you have the courage to take this risk." Mu Chen said, looking at Tang San. "Ding dong. Congratulations, triggering the D-level hidden task, saving the soul ring for Tang San, and competing with Meng Yiran again." Meng Yiran, Mu Chen was shocked, thinking that it couldn't be such a coincidence. The human-faced demon spider he killed casually was the one that Meng Yiran and Tang San had a dispute with in the storyline.